Hey guys, and today I'm doing a video on how to actually get better at OSU. So I'm not gonna do anything satirical or something that's like unrelated or anything. I'm actually going to talk about how I think you can actually improve in OSU. So yeah, let's get started. Now, before we go over my personal tips, let's go over the basics, what you're already supposed to be doing or should be doing. So what you have to do is go to options and scroll down to detail settings, and these are the things you have to do. Turn off storyboard and video, dim the background to 100%, disable map hit sounds because some are just downright weird, disable map skins because some are just making the map unplayable, and disable combo burst because they're just a distraction. There are other settings and detail settings that you can disable, but they're just optional. They're basically settings that visually enhance the gameplay, so unless your computer sucks, it shouldn't affect your performance. Other than the settings, there is something that you should keep in mind, which is not to retry the same map over and over again. If you do that, you're going to build incorrect muscle memory, and that means that if you give up and then try the same map again a month later, you're still not going to see it because you're going to use that same incorrect muscle memory. And the last obvious thing I should say, don't overwork yourself, don't play too much, rest if you feel like you should. Like, if you play too much, you're gonna strain your hands and body, and you're probably gonna break your bone like Happy Stick did the other day, and that's even more cancer. You don't want that to happen. That's gonna prevent you from playing in the future. So just rest if you feel like you should. Well, that was all the basics that I needed to cover, so let's now get into my personal recommendations and things you should do. Now, the first tip I want to give you is to play with variety of mods, specifically Hard Rock, Double Time, and Hidden, which are the three most commonly used mods. It's something that sounds super obvious, but it's something that a lot of people disregards. Each mod trains you in specific skill sets, such as Hard Rock trains you in precision and timing and aim, while Double Time trains you in speed and sometimes reaction time because sometimes the approach rate gets really fast. And also Hidden trains your ability to recognize the rhythm so you can tap at specific timings. And if you're complaining that you can't play these mods, well, that's why you're not improving. Unless you actually try out these mods and try to succeed in it, you're not going to improve. Now, the next tip I want to give here is not to just play to pass. Don't get me wrong here, it's a good thing to play to pass, but then there's one problem with it. I hear many videos say to play to pass, but some people just make it sound like that's the only thing you should be doing. And some people actually take that advice, like this guy. I mean, look at his top plays. Holy cancer! You see, this is just my theory, but I think that when you're trying to play to pass or when you're trying to play to FC, you're in different mindsets. That means that when you're trying to play to FC and when you're trying to play to pass, your mind works differently. You're concentrated in two different objectives, so you think differently. Okay, now, so when you're playing to FC, you have to be consistent. You have to have precise aim. Everything has to go accordingly. With one miss, everything's just gone. You have to restart the whole thing. So basically, by doing this, you're building precise instincts, precise muscle memory to know how much, if you move your pen or mouse, whatever you're using, how much it actually moves on the screen. You're actually trying to build that instinct. Now, when you play to pass, you're basically playing a map that you think that it's a bit too hard for you. So you're training your stamina, you're training your speed, but you think it's okay to make some sacrifices because you don't have to have a clean run. You can have a couple of misses here and there, and it really doesn't hurt your pass. You're only trying to pass the map anyway. So everything's going on super fast. So you're basically using your instincts that you built when you were trying to play to pass. So basically where I'm getting at is that when you're just playing to pass, you're really using rough instincts. You're not really using the precise instincts that you can obtain from playing to FC. So it's a good thing to have a balance of both things if you want to actually improve. And here is my final tip, which is to play on multiplayer. Now, multiplayer is disregarded, but then it's definitely crucial to improvement. Multiplayer gives directly competition to players, and when players are competing each other, they're usually going to perform better with all the adrenaline and pressure, you know? So instead about caring about climbing ranks or getting PP, people would want to top other players. This is a change in objective, and that can actually change how you perform. Other than that, you get exposed to maps that you don't own, so instead of the usual PP grind maps that you would mostly play, sorry if I incorrectly assumed that, players would experience weird maps like hollowing maps, DJ pop maps, technical maps, stream heavy maps, etc. These are all maps that can improve different skill sets in Osu. And on top of that, you can talk to other players, and it can be fun at times. It's genuinely enjoyable. I mean, like, I've been in multiplayer lobbies several times. Sometimes it was just cancer, but then other times, like, I actually had fun talking to these people. Anyway, guys, that's how I think you can improve in Osu. If you're already doing all these things and not improving, then, I really don't know. Sorry, I don't know how you would improve any further. But if you're not, then try these things. And if it doesn't work out, I'm sorry. But if it does work out, then good for you. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe. And I'm going to go to a trip to Japan. So I'm probably not going to be making any videos. Not that I have been making videos this past month. But just a heads up. So, yeah. Merry Christmas and have a nice rest of the year.